Welcome to eAgent, our task, contact, and listing management iPad app. Let's have a look at it. Once you've downloaded the eAgent app from Harcourts One, to launch the app, you would simply select the icon on your iPad to open the app. The app opens to a dashboard, and you'll notice on the top left-hand side, under Contacts, is the total number of contacts that you've got within Harcourts One and your eAgent app. Below are a monthly target dates with a bar of the target contacts that you want to add for any specific month with the yearly target total underneath. To set those targets, simply hit the Setting tabs to flip the panel over. Then select within one of the tabs the monthly targets, quarterly targets, or yearly targets, and up will come the keyboard to be able to change or set your target numbers. Once you have done that, you would simply just select the Done button and your tasks for your contacts are set and ready to go. On the right-hand side of the dashboard are your tasks. Both today's, as example, I've got 3, and this week's task, 17. Below that is a 5-day window with little bubbles to show you how many tasks are due on that particular day. And then along the bottom of the dashboard, you can go ahead and slide forward on a moving calendar to see how many tasks you've got for any specific day forward of a week. Then to go into the task section of eAgent, you can either hit along the task button at the bottom part of the dashboard, or you can touch, in this particular case, the bubble on today, which I've got 3 tasks. Let's go ahead and select that and go into the task section of eAgent. Let's have a look at the task section within eAgent. The red tasks are overdue and the green ones are current. When you're setting up a task, you can add both a contact and a property to any task. To simply view those details, you would select the contact and it would slide the contact details and you would swipe to close. To view a property detail, select the property and in will come the property details with the photos. To enlarge the photo, you would simply click on the photo to enlarge, and then you can close and swipe to close. When you're looking at a property or a specific task, you can either complete that task, you can bring up the edit screen to change that task to a specific or another day, or you can hit the delete button. In this particular case, we're going to say completed. On the top right-hand side, you'll see an Add a Task button. When you select the Add a Task button, up will come the description of the task, the due date, and the schedule. Click the description to add a task. If you'd like to add a contact to that task, you would select the Add a Contact button, which will bring up your contact list, and you could add a contact. And it's the same with a property. To add a property, select the Add a Property button, and then select your property. If it's a once-only task, you would just hit the due date, set the date that you want that task to come up, and then select once only. On a daily task, you can set reoccurring dates every other day. On a weekly task, you can set reoccurring tasks on any specific day within that week, as well as monthly. And at the bottom, you can see that you can select to be able to stop this task on any specific day. When you're finished with that, hit the Done button, and those tasks will be all ready and set to go. On the left-hand side is your menu bars to see any of your overdue tasks, today's tasks, next 7, 30 days, or a nice feature is the calendar feature at the bottom, which will bring up a calendar where you can look forward to any day, look at the tasks that you've got on that day, and be able to make your adjustments. So that gives you a quick look at the task section within eAgent. Let's have a look at the contact section within eAgent. Your contacts will sync back from Harcourts One to eAgent, and from eAgents back to Harcourts 1. But you can add contacts manually within the app itself. On the top left-hand side, you'll see a search bar where you can search for any specific contact with predictive text. Below that, you can either display your contacts by either first name and or last name. Along the top, you can either add a fresh contact by clicking the Add a Contacts button, and to the very right, at any time, you can bring up the Add a Task window by selecting the Add Task button. Below that is the contact details for your specific client, which you can add by selecting a box to bring up the keyboard. On the right side of that is contact history. To add any notes to contact history, you would simply select the Add button, click your window, add your history, and then hit the Done button when completed. And that'll automatically add to the history of that particular contact. Below is the contact note module. If you want to add or delete to your contact notes, simply select the contact note module, and up will bring your keyboard, and you can adjust any notes or add any notes on that specific contact. That's a quick look at the contact section within eAgent. Let's have a look at the property section within eAgent. You can either add a property in manually, or it will be synced down from Harcourts 1 listing section. When you've got your properties, you can either sort by suburb or by street name. Let's have a look at the property details. You've got your property details with, again, your thumbnail sketches, which if you want to enlarge, you would just simply select. On the right-hand side, you've got the listing history. To add to that history, select the Add button, and click within the Add Activity box, and you can add history. Simply hit the Done button to close, and that will add your listing history. Below that are the property notes. At any time, you could select the property notes box and add to or delete or update any of your property notes. On the top right hand side, you'll notice there's your Add a Task button. Again, you can select the Add a Task button and add a task at any time to that specific property. And then to add a new property manually, on the top left hand side, select the Add a Property button, which will clear your screen and it will allow you to manually add a property. Let's have a look at the Open Inspection part within the listing or property section. To start the Open Inspections, click or select the Open Inspection button. That'll bring you to the Open Inspection screen, where you've got the property details, your details, and the entry area for those buyers entering your Open Inspection. They would simply just enter their details, phone number, and email address. And the email address is optional. Then they would select how did they find the property, whether it be through the internet, newspaper, signboard, blue book, or other. And when they hit the Submit button, their contact information will go with the property, refresh the screen, and bring you back to enter in the next buyer. When all your buyers have been through and your Open Inspection is finished, you would go to close the screen, which would bring up your password protection section, and then log back in to the property details. Those contacts will stay with the specific property until you choose to move them over to your contact section. To open up that inspection, you would select that inspection, and it will open up the buyers that came through. On the top, you'll notice the inspection date, continue the inspection or to delete the inspection, and all the buyers that came through, for instance, Rick and Gina. It will have their contact details, the phone number, email address, and how they found the property. You would then just select the box to add in any notes on that specific buyer, and if you wanted they were interested, then you would go back to the star rating system and then enter them in a 4-star because they were interested on the property. And as you rate your buyers, the top star rated buyers will automatically gravitate to the top. Let's go back to the inspection. Once you're done with that property, or at any time you wanted to add that contact to your contact management list, on the top right hand side you see the Add to Contacts button. Click on that button and those contacts will be added to your contact management system with their details, the notes, and you'll see at the top right hand side under contact history, it'll go ahead and date stamp and time, and it'll tell you what open inspection they attended. So that's a quick look at the open inspection part of the property section. eAgent was designed to make you more productive. I hope you like it.